He never would have made it past the rats. He hates rats. He's scared to death of them.
Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of Digital Fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. Early access is over, but we have tons of decks from early access dropping for Wilds of Eldraine Standard, and today is no different. Before we get into today's deck, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons over at patreon.com/quarantinedcapricorn. That's Yuck Foozy, Squirrel, Noah Vincent, and Brittany at the Brew Crew Elite tier, and then of course our forever CPU savior, Terrence Rohrbach. Thank you guys so much for all of your contributions. It really does help the channel be able to keep going and keep pushing forward. Now, today's deck is us trying to sort of utilize rats in an over-the-top fashion, get close to breaking rats, and we're doing it in a way that not many decks are trying to pursue, at least nothing that I've seen. This deck is called Rat Bastard. And the idea here is not only are we going wide with rats, but because we have so many cards that make multiple creature tokens, we're also utilizing Vat of Rebirth and a new card from Wilds of Eldraine, Lich-Knights Conquest, to sort of use some of those rat tokens to get back much bigger, much beefier threats that actually synergize with having a wide board. So the synergy in this deck is very, very high, off the charts, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to kind of build upon this premise as the season pushes forward. But before we check out the deck tech, make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your rat deck was like. I assume if you're building rats, you didn't go this direction because I haven't seen really anybody do it. But rats do tend to be an interesting archetype in this current format, and I'm excited to find out like what everyone else is trying to do with rats. So make sure and comment below and let me know. And also catch me live on Twitch every day, Monday through Friday. That's twitch.tv/quarantined Capricorn, because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming. Let's talk about this deck. Alright, so this deck's called Rat Bastard, and this was super fun. I didn't see anybody else try to put rats together in this exact way, but the idea here is rats are going super wide in Wilds of Eldraine, and we can utilize that with cards like Vat of Rebirth, that whenever any of our rats die, any artifact or creature dies, we get a counter on it, and then every time we got 4 counters, we can remove those 4 counters, pay 3 mana, take any creature from our yard, and put it directly into play. And we've also got a new card in this deck, Lich-Knights Conquest. We've got 2 of these. For 5 mana, you sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens, which all of the rats in this deck are tokens. And you can return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So together that makes a 6-card package that lets us sacrifice things or get value off of little tokens and creatures and stuff dying on the field, and turn that into big threats coming out of the yard and hitting the field and just closing out the game. So the entire deck is based around going wide with rats, and also finding ways to get our big creatures into the graveyard so that we can bring them out of nowhere and just buff up our whole team and just slam for the win Alpha Strike without our opponent really seeing it coming. And one of the ways we do that is with Moonshaker Cavalry. 8 mana for a 6/6 flyer, but when it enters, all of our creatures get flying, so that they can't be blocked very easily, and +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control, which is just absurd in a deck that's going insanely wide with rats. Almost every card in this deck is making multiple rat tokens, and it just gets gnarly. Starting at the bottom of the curve, along with those 4 Vat of Rebirth is 2 Song of Totentanz. Sometimes this is just the perfect card where we can make X/1/1 rats all at once. They all have haste, and we can swing in with them. And sometimes we don't even care if a bunch of them get blocked, because they put counters on our Vats of Rebirth, and then we get to bring back our bigger things, or some of our bigger creatures that make even more rat tokens. So it gets really absurd if we can line it up correctly. In the 2-drop slot, we have Tangled Colony at 4 of. 3/2 for 2, it can't block, but if it dies, you get a number of rat creature tokens equal to the amount of damage done to it, which means if they trade in combat or use damage-based removal spell, they're just helping you get a ton of rat tokens for your deck to go off with, while also getting a death of Tangled Colony itself to trigger something like Vat of Rebirth and get an extra counter on it. So it's everything you kind of want, and it's perfect. We're also trying to dig for the cards we need while putting the big stuff we want to get out of the yard in the yard. So we have 4 Bitter Reunion, which lets us draw 2 cards by discarding one of our big threats into the yard. And then we've also got 4 Invasion of Mercadia, which does the same thing. But both of these are permanents that have different uses. So if Bitter Reunion is still on the field, when we do our big thing and put a bunch of rats into play, if we have an extra mana left over, we can give them all haste, and sometimes that matters and lets us win right away. Invasion of Mercadia also has a way to give everything haste. It flips into Kieran Flameright, which is a 3/3 that we can pay 3 and tap it and discard a card. Again, another way to discard a card if we need a big creature to get in our yard a little bit later. And then we make 2 1/1s. We give all of our creatures +1/+0, and they all get haste and swing in. So it's another way to alpha strike with all of our rat tokens. And then we've got 3 Rite of Oblivion because we don't have a lot of room in this deck for removal, but we absolutely need some because sometimes our opponent just plays something ridiculous over the top that we just can't get through, and we need to deal with it. And Rite of Oblivion helps us do that, and it kind of gives us 6 removal cards in just a 3-card package because of the flashback. And in this deck, we don't mind sacrificing a rat here or there to do this because we're going to get triggers on our Vat of Rebirth every time we do it, and we've got plenty of them to spare. Moving on to the 3-drop slot, we've got 4 Lord Skitter Sewer King. This is legendary, but it's so good that it has a huge target on its back, so we always want 4 because we always want the opportunity to play one if our opponent kills it. But it comes down as a 3/3 for 3. At the beginning of combat, we get to make a rat every turn, so if they don't deal with it, it just gets out of hand without us even having to spend any mana. But also, whenever a rat comes into play, we get to exile a card from an opponent's graveyard, so we can actually kind of nerf our opponent's graveyard strategies at the same time that we're enabling ours, which is pretty crazy. Moving on to the 4-drop slot, we have Redcap Gutter-Dweller, which is a 4-drop 3/3 menace, makes 2 rat tokens when it comes into play, and then we also get the upside of, during our upkeep, we can sack any other creature, including one of these rats if we want, and we put a +1/+1 counter on the Redcap Gutter-Dweller and exile the top card of our library, and we're able to play it. So if we're desperate and out of gas, sometimes we want to sack that rat to put a counter on the Vat of Rebirth and exile a thing to play, and it lines up just right. But most of the time, this is just going to be a 3-for-1 card that gives us 3 bodies, which lines up perfectly with the strategy that this deck's trying to use. And then to go alongside our Moonshaker Cavalry at the top end, we've got just 1 Graaz, which is kind of like a 5th Moonshaker Cavalry in a way. It's a legendary creature. It's a 7/5 for 8 mana. It makes it so Juggernauts have to attack each combat, and they can't be blocked by walls, so typical Juggernaut stuff. But all other creatures you control end up having base power and toughness 5/3 now and become Juggernauts in addition to their other types, which means it turns all of our rats into 5/3s, which is almost as good as Moonshaker Cavalry, and sometimes 4 just isn't enough. So we've got a Graaz, okay? But alongside the Graaz, we've also got 3 Ogre Chitterlord, which for 6 mana is a 6/5 menace. It makes 2 rats whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, which is insane coupled with Bitter Reunion, because if we give it haste the turn it comes into play, it's making 4 rats the turn it comes into play, which is nuts. But then also, if you have at least 5, so you only need just 1 in addition, all of your rats are getting +2/+0. And if Graaz turns them into Juggernauts, they're still rats. They're Juggernaut rats. So they'll be 7/3s. Or even bigger if Moonshaker Cavalry hits the field. The deck is just absurd. The deck is crazy. We're running the normal assortment of dual lands. No fancy manlands in this one because we want to make sure we keep the mana as consistent as possible and have the least amount of ETB enters tapped lands so that we have a chance of getting Vat of Rebirth into play on turn 1 and then continue to curve out afterwards. But we do run one Mirrex because it does help us make some additional tokens if we're out of gas that we can use to leverage all of the other synergies that the deck's already doing. It's super fun. I love it. I haven't seen anybody else do rats like this, and I'm stoked about it. So let's check out the games. We will keep this. Thank you. Start with Haunted Ridge. Get that painless black and red down. Song of Totentanz. We'll hide our white for now. No reason to show them. We'll play the Tangled Colony. Start smashing in. Blanchwood Prowler. Okie dokie. Invasion of Mercadia. We're going to discard a Caves of Koilos. Draw some stuff. We're going to swing at the Invasion of Mercadia. He's going to let us. Sick. We don't have any of our recursion engines at all, which is a bit problematic. Do it. Kill him. Just killing. Just chilling like a villain. Hasty. Hasty. Guess we do this. Sick. More rats for me. Oh yeah. This is a real thing. We're swinging for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 damage next turn. Maybe even more if we happen to draw it. 1 drop or 2 drop. If we draw like another Tangled Colony or something. Are you gonna kill my Kieran Flamerite? Questing Druid. Interesting. We could Gutter-Dweller and just make more. Or we could do some discarding and swinging. I think that's what we're doing. I mean... Hello. Take 10. Alright, we'll Bitter Reunion. Get rid of the Redcap Gutter-Dweller, because there's a chance if we get a land here, we can actually play Carumonix and activate the Kirin Flameright. Alright, so we take 5. Wow, I whiffed. Maybe we don't want to play Carumonix. How many rats do we actually have? How many rats do we actually have? Alright, we'll keep this. Hey! Stop being a grumbly. I will come over there. Don't make me do it. Haunted Ridge. This is the real way to rat. Let's hide our white for now. We'll Bitter Reunion. We'll dump the most expensive one. Nice, we got a Vat of Rebirth. Vohar. We'll go Vat. And we'll do Bitter Reunion again. And we'll dump Redcap Gutter-Dweller. We should be pretty good. Dead Butler. Carumonix. Carumonix. Do this. Let's get rid of you and swing. I should have waited until after I made the rat to crack the Bitter Reunion. Bentley's being so ridiculous right now. He's like talking to me. If I acknowledge him, he's gonna start barking real loud though. So I can't turn and look at him. Alright, we got another thing we want to discard. Unfortunately, it's too late. Let's do some of that. We'll hit Lear. We'll hit Light Up the Night. And then we'll go like this. I should have waited. I gotta remember to wait. We'll swing in with all the boys. We'll kill a rat, but we'll get a counter on the vat. All the rats. Maybe we want the Broodlord in here for the convoking shenanigans. Maybe we want the Broodlord in here instead of the Ogre Chitterlord. Interesting. That's 2 counters on the vat. I'll take it. That's 3. Stop it. I'm gonna come over there. Don't make me do it. I'm gonna do it. Caramonix, give me some rats. Lord Skitter. I'll take ya. I'll take Lord Skitter. We'll swing with just the Gutter-Dweller. He'd have to double block. Lose 2 of his guys in the process because they both have 2 toughness. Don't make me come over there. You wouldn't like me when I'm over there. Come on, man. Diego. I got you, buddy. Bentley, I'm losing my mind. Take it. Gets my 4th counter on the vat. Which means next turn, oh boy, you're gonna see some serious. Bentley, stop it. He's gonna drive me to drink. Ogre Chitterlord. Sheoldred. That's fine. Can I discard Graaz? Because imagine. Imagine if I discarded Graaz. Alright. How crazy do we want to get? That's the question. How about this crazy? White. White. Vat of Rebirth. Ogre Chitterlord. Smash. I mean, he'll eat a 3/1 probably. But we'll get more tokens on our Vats, so it kind of doesn't matter. And if we top deck a land next turn, oh god. So he'll go to 3. We'll get some tokens, or counters rather, on the Vats. Get real nasty. Come on. Come on, Diego.
Now I have a machine gun.
You do have a machine gun.
Ho, ho, ho.
Come on. Is it enough? I think it's only 10. It's 10. He can't kill me. As long as we block. You know it. I know it. The whole world knows it. You understand? Watch this shit. Watch this. Oh god. But they're still rats and also Juggernauts, so they get the +2 attack from the Chitterlord as well. Oh, Sheoldred. Sheoldred is so powerful, no one can handle Sheoldred. The format is ruined. Get out of here. 3 to -33. I forgot. I forgot to GG back. I'm bad. I'm a bad man. I didn't mean to be a bad man. So stupid. I'm so... Can you tell I'm getting tired? Can you tell? What time is it? Okay. Here we go. Ah, bastard. I need more coffee. It's not... There's none in there. There's none. Hello? Hello? I don't see any. Din din, Mr. Bigglesworth. Oh, that's way too much top end. I need to pee, and then I need to put more coffee in me to make more pee. I don't need to mulligan. Definitely need a mulligan. Alright, we're gonna mulligan this. And then we're gonna keep this. Looks good. Looks beautiful. Looks wonderful. We're gonna get rid of Karamonix. Alright, we're gonna start with a Sulfurous Spring. Vat of Rebirth. Little Vat for Tat. If we don't draw something we want to discard, then we're gonna play the Mirrex and discard the Battlefield Forge. If we do draw something we want to discard, then we're gonna play the Battlefield Forge. This is the plan. Hello, Trix. Good to see you. This deck is called Rat Bastard, and my dog won't shut up. He just won't shut up. Alright, Bitter Reunion. Would you like to counterspell it, sir? No, you wouldn't, but you would like to draw a card. Fair. Welcome to my own personal hell. We need to Skitter Scatter. We must. And we will. And it will get countered. And we will be sad. And we will concede and we will go to the bathroom. I joke, I joke. We cannot concede. If this dog does not stop whining in my ear, I swear to God, I'm gonna sick Lord Skitter himself. Token on the Vat, though. Sucks that we're flooding, but it's okay. We'll make some Mirrex tokens. Those will die and trigger the Vat. It'll be wonderful. Hello. Hello, Mr. Fairy. Mr. Mind. Picky. Locky. Socky it to me, baby. Colorless, please. Bitter Reunion. We'll dump that Chitterlord. Although maybe we should hold on to it at this point. Oh my god. Another thing that we need to dump. And more land. We're gonna let him eat it. Because we want the counter on the Vat. When we get to 3 counters, we're gonna be so happy. So happy that we did that. I'm gonna toss these dogs out in the street. Alright, come at me, fairies. Hey! Stop it! Lay down. Lay down. Fucking dogs, man. These fucking dogs, man. Good morning. Just want to show you my rat friend. See? I just want to show you. They want to be friends. You won't let me. You just keep giving me land. More land. More land. Pass the fucking turn. This this rate, I'll be able to hard cast a Moonshaker Cavalry. Alright, I'll take 3. You think I'm scared? You think I'm scared of you little picky lucky? Watch this shit. Hi, I have another bid reunion. Would you like it? Give me cards, please. Give me cards to play. I must play the cards. Understand? Alright, we could discard again. Feels bad. Feels kind of bad. Counter spell? Counter spell? Yes, counter spell. Fine. You fucker. That's right. Block it. Do it. Thank you. Yeah, it's just too many. It's just too many lands. Our deck just decided it would give us all the lands. We didn't need all the lands. We had the lands. And it just gives us apparently all of the discard cards as well. Which I don't really understand, but I guess that just happens sometimes. Another fairy mastermind. So you're gonna draw 2 cards. Sick. Discard you. I need some stuff. Just need some stuff, guys. I need how do I do the thing? You guys know? 'Cause I'm gonna die. How do I do it? You know? I need to do it. I don't know how to do it. Spell stutter. That was mean. I just wanted to do it. Why do I have all of the draw, discard spells and all of the lands ever, and none of the cards that do the things, the actual things? Woohoo! Oops. That was not a real game. That was... We had 8 decks worth of real games. I would like... We need an... That was not a real game. That motherfucker back there is not real! Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.